The Dark Street by Antonio Cardona. On a dark and foggy night, I walked the streets of London without any fright. At least at the time, I was just focusing on my mind to unwind. I didn't realize that soon something was going to happen that would spell my doom. As I walked the cold and roughly nightly wind, I noticed a street that was not lit and somehow didn't begin. What I mean is that there was no street sign at all, as I looked at this, a feeling of dread took a fall. I began to walk down the street, since it would be a shortcut from one street to meet. While walking down the street, I walked for at least a good few minutes before I heard a low breathing from behind me. I turned around quickly. Nothing behind of me. Salty sweat dripped from my head to my mouth in fear, for I had no idea what would appear. As for the street I was on, the surroundings were dark, almost as dark as a cave, almost as if I was in a pitch-black grave. Looking then at the sky, I saw the moon was very high. It showed shiny and pearly, and the clouds were gray and whirly. Then, to my surprise, that low breathing began to rise. I turned and nothing was there to show me my demise. I began to breathe hard fearfully with the thought of something frightful. I quickened my pace as if I were in a race, when all of a sudden I saw something ahead that gave me a feeling of dread. Upon me was a set of monstrous red eyes, which took me by surprise. At that moment, I was about to run, but then I felt that couldn't be done. The eyes came close to me, and I came right up to my face. I wanted to scream with this bloody problem on my case. Then something hit me, and I went down, even without a sound. Before I knew it, I was awake again, but shook up a bit. I was lying on the freezing stone-hard ground. When I looked to see what was around, I finally got up to my feet and felt that the street went on forever and ever, never ending to my endeavor. I then saw light at the end of the street with relief, if I walked ever so fast, as if every step was my last. But what was that thing that I met on the road? With this thought in mind, I was on defense mode. I finally made it into the light with much delight. I reasoned with myself that the thing was eye-leveled and breathed the rough, smelly, and hard air. At least I was not killed or marred. But as I looked at myself while walking by a puddle, I saw something that gave me a startle. Across my face was a large scratch. I thought to myself, what kind of person or even animal would give me a scratch like that? That would be a match like that. In the end, was this a wild animal or person that did this to me? Or was it something horrifically different that I saw or did not saw? The end.